Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to make pão de queijo, which means cheese bread in Portuguese. At least that's what I'm told. But since that's kind of hard to pronounce, we just call it PDQ. And main ingredient is tapioca flour. So if you find that this quickly becomes your favorite recipe, you want to make sure not to run out of the main ingredient so you can avail yourself of this particular product. But as you might imagine, that is not the only ingredient in this delicious little morsel of happiness. The other ingredients that you are going to want to have handy are 1 cup of milk, a half a stick to 1 stick of butter, and this is the butter that I prefer to use, although I'm told the label has changed recently. You will want 1 tablespoon of salt, whatever salt you prefer, 2 cups of tapioca flour, 2 eggs, and 1.5 cups of cheese. This happens to be Parmesan or Parmigiano Reggiano. And because it tends to be saltier, I tend to use less salt, so this is only 1 tablespoon of salt, but you can use up to 2 or to taste. So we will begin by mixing the milk, the butter, which I have pre-melted, and whatever you do, do not use margarine. The salt, the tapioca flour, 2 cups worth, we shall start mixing them together. And then once some of that has been absorbed, we can move on to adding the eggs, 2 of them, and last, the cheese. You'll want to mix all these ingredients well, and if you find it easier, you can actually knead it by hand. So now that you have mixed all ingredients, it should look something like this and be sticky to the touch. Next, you'll need a tablespoon and a cookie sheet covered with parchment paper. Now the parchment paper can be cut to size, and if you use a drop of olive oil in each corner, it will not fall off. Next, you take a dollop of the mixture, and using a clean finger, you place it on the cookie sheet. And I particularly like to use about half a tablespoon worth of dough, but you can experiment and see how much you prefer. So you should have something that looks like this with looks like about 20 dollops of the mixture, and it will go in the oven at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes or so. And they should be taken out when they're golden brown and when they smell like cheese bread. When you remove it from the oven, it'll look something like this, perhaps a little fluffier. And let me take a bite. It's a little warm, but it smells great. It is extremely cheesy. Now, once you get this recipe down, you can graduate to advanced levels by mixing a little cayenne pepper, or maybe even some red pepper flakes, or the crowd favorite, the perennial Tabasco sauce. So enjoy and be well.